What have you been thinking lately? Ooh, yeah. What have you been thinking lately? So today we're going to talk about the power of thoughts. I'm not talking about the powerful manifestation. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about just thinking about positivity, that only thing positive is going to come your way. We're going to talk about the power of the mind and how you need to ensure that you keep your thoughts focus, you keep your thoughts secure. When you're trying to stay up in purpose, you're trying to fight past stress, you're trying to fight past situations, you're trying to fight past difficult situations. The power of your thoughts is key. We're going to look at Elijah. In Elijah, the first Kings, I'm going to start, it's First Kings 19th chapter. We're talking about the story of Jezebel. And Elijah did a lot of things, great things, healings, always prophetic words. He had just did a miraculous event against the people of Baal and had to call down the water, the fire, went against them, killed all those people, did something miraculous, was a mighty man of God. And Ahab told Jezebel all that what he had done. And when you look at the First Kings, the 19th chapter, starting at those verses, it said that Jezebel sent a message to Elijah saying, so let the gods do to me more also if I do not make your life one of them by tomorrow this time. She sent him a threat. And it says that when he saw that, he arose and ran for his life and went to Beersheba. What do you mean? It didn't say that she was running after him with a knife. It didn't say that she sent some people after him to capture him. She just sent a message saying, by this time tomorrow. So Elijah started thinking in his mind, I need to run. This woman is about to kill me. Now, the crazy thing about this whole situation is Elijah has done all these great things. He went up against all these other people, but this one person, where he began to start thinking in his mind that by chapter 20, he was ready to go to a cave of sitting up under a tree and was ready to die. This is the power of what we utilize within our imagination. You think about sometimes when we're going through situations and we can look at it and we can say, oh my gosh, this thing right here that I'm dealing with is heavy. This thing right here that I'm dealing with, I feel like I'm not going to be able to make it through. So this causes anxiety. This causes people to feel depressed because they have dealt with situations and it is real. But Elijah said within himself, this is something within my mind that I'm thinking, I'm not going to be able to defeat this woman. This woman saying that she is coming to, may the gods be with me. She is trying to take my life. So I am at a point where I'm ready to take my own life. This is the power of thoughts. The power of thoughts, of why it is important that we have to start looking at, am I looking at this situation as a situation of defeat? I'm looking at this situation as a situation that I am able to be a conqueror. Because I want to also bring out the woman with the issue of blood, because I want to bring those things out, because I want you to start seeing where this woman may have dealt with some things, but she also pushed past what she felt like she was going through at the time. I'm going to read Mark. I'm going to get to here, the 5th chapter. And it says that she had dealt with so many things she dealt with. She had spent all she had. She grew worse. And then when she heard about Jesus, she thought within herself, if I can only touch him, that I will be made well. Her perspective about her situation was that I am not going to give up. I am going to continually push through. So I just want to encourage you. It's not about manifestation. It's not about the thing of just speaking positivity. That's all is going to be positive, going to come your way, because situations are going to come. You think about Elijah, how he was doing so many great things, but he also dealt with that low moment. And that low moment caused for him to want to think about committing suicide. But then we go to Mark and start looking at the 5th chapter and the 25th verse, we see that the one with the issue of blood dealt with the issue. This is the only time we really even hear about her. And she dealt with this thing for years. Years after year after year after year. And yet she did not allow her circumstance. She did not allow the situation for her to deal with so many physicians. She did not allow her financial situation to stop her. She said, I have got to get to this thing. I am not going to waddle in this thing. I'm not going to allow myself to sit down in this thing. I am choosing to shift and adjust. So what I want you to start thinking about for you, if you have been at that place, and it is okay. If you have felt like, okay, Michelle, I have felt like I was Elijah. It is okay. I just said, number one, you got to shift. We are reminded that we have to continually shift our minds to remind ourselves that this is not always the end of the story. We have to remind ourselves to not look at this as the final destination, but this is just a GPS readjustment that I'm going to have to maneuver through. This is not a situation that's going to be the final for me, but I have to start looking at how I can adjust my thoughts, how I can work through, because I am going to overcome. I am going to push through. I am going to persevere. So I have to start shifting my mindset, because what we have to realize is what we have in our mind has our time. What we have in our mind channels our behavior. What we have in our minds is going to determine what actions we're going to do. That's why when you think about certain people who deal what we call in the mental health field psychotic episodes, and that just essentially is people who thinks that things are there that aren't really there. They may be thinking that things within their mind is real, but it's really not real, but they truly believe it. They stand on it, and you cannot shift their mindset within that perspective. We have to be so in tune with our thoughts, our processes, that when it begins to start shifting out of that thing, we have to shift back to purpose. We have to shift back to say, I'm going to persevere. And just like that one with the issue of blood, I said to adjust. Now, when we're talking about adjusting, that does not mean it's going to be easy. This is why I say it goes beyond manifestation. It goes beyond just speaking positivity. We have to start adjusting and start acting like it's already done. This is why we have to start acting like we already millionaires when we say that we want to have a financial breakthrough. We can't just go around spending. We cannot be going around just doing everything we want to do with our money. But if we say that we want to be able to be a millionaire, we have to be good stewards over our finances. We cannot say that we want a healthy relationship, but yet we're continually dealing with toxic people that we know aren't good for us, but we just doing it in the meantime. But I want something healthy. I'm constantly fussing. But what are you doing to adjust? You say that you want to go to a new career. You say that you're tired of family situations, but what is it that you are doing to adjust your life to go to that higher career? What are you doing to adjust your life to begin to start shifting your family atmosphere, for your marriage, for your children? What is it that you're doing to adjust? And it does not take much. You think about things when a car gets out of alignment, and you can kind of tell, and it could just be one tire, the front part that's just kind of out of alignment, and when it goes, it just veers to the right. But when you get in alignment and you get to that readjustment and you get to that purpose, it goes to straight to focus. So I just encourage you today to watch your mind. What have you been thinking on lately? What is it that you have been saying to yourself, I'm not going to be able to do this? Are you like Elijah in the cave? It's like, oh, okay, I just want to go under this tree, this broom tree, and I just want to just die. I just want to just go. I just want to give up. I'm just going to watch Netflix. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do because this is just my life. Or are you going to be like the woman with the issue who dealt with the thing, even though she dealt with that thing for 12 years? And yes, it hurt. Yes, it was frustrating. But I am not going to have my mindset that this is going to be my final destination. I am going to, number one, I'm going to shift my perspective, and then I'm going to adjust accordingly because greater is calling for me. So I just want to tell you today and encourage you that greater is calling for you. Purpose is calling for you. You don't have to stay in that stress zone. I don't care what society says. You don't have to stay in the stress and chaotic zone. You have the ability to choose and change your life today. But will you answer the call to start shifting and adjusting? Will you shift and adjust today? Will you begin to say, I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm going to go on to greater today? Because greater is calling. Will you answer? Will you answer the call? It's waiting on you.